Good morning. It is Thursday the 31st of December 2020 and we woke up this morning in tier 4 restrictions. But, you know, hey ho, life goes on and I've still got to go to work.
Zero degrees. Just taken me about 10 minutes to de-ice the car. I've made it to work pretty quick because there's hardly any cars on the road and I get to park much closer than normal because there's not so many people at work on New Year's Eve. Can you see old Joe through the trees?
Been a long time without you. Been a long time without love. Everything reminds me of you, but everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, among all those white houses, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.
Take my mask off. Here's my desk. I'm just going to put my uniform on now. So, what does a dietitian do? I hear you cry. So, most dietitians in hospitals actually work on the wards, seeing patients that are not well, their appetite has gone down, their nutritional requirements have gone up, and of course nutrition is essential to the body to fight off infection, to get better, to keep strong muscles, and the better nutrition you have, the quicker you will get home from hospital. So, some patients will be fed via a tube like this. So the tube goes down the nose, down the back of the throat, and then goes into the stomach. Be taped to the face. Might use big syringes to push some water down. Also, we need to check that it's in the right place. So they test the pH, pull a bit of fluid out of the tube, and just to check that it is acidic, which means it's in the stomach and it's not in the lungs. Also, patients on the wards might have little supplement drinks, so you have milkshake drinks or ones that are ready made to drink, as well as advising what to have off the menu. But my job is slightly different. I sit in my office. I do outpatients normally, but because we're not allowed to see patients much anymore, then I do a lot of video calls with my husband. I'm just ruining this. A lot of video calls with my headset, which only I recently got. So we get to see the patients as well. Or I get to speak to the patients on the telephone, or they email me, or other people email me, and we have lots of jobs to do for them. So the patients I look after have something called an inherited metabolic disorder, which is a rare inborn error of metabolism where a little bit of their energy metabolism is not working properly. So for example, it might be protein they can't break down, or amino acids they can't break down, or can't use carbohydrate properly, or can't use fat properly. So the diet will reflect what is wrong with them in their metabolism, and then we will give them a diet to suit. So it could be PKU, which is phenylketonuria, which is where the body cannot break down one of the amino acids in protein called phenylalanine. So the diet has to be a low phenylalanine diet to keep the phenylalanine levels low in the blood in the brain, because if those levels stay high as a baby and a young children, they'll get brain damage. So the diet is essentially a very low protein diet, but you can't have a low protein diet on its own. You need to give them protein supplements. So we have so many different protein substitutes now. Originally we just kind of had the liquid type ones. You take 3 or 4 of these a day. Powder ones, another liquid one, and then more recently they've come up with some like tiny tablets. But that's 20 grams of protein, so you'd need 3 of these tubs per day. Oh, just dropped them everywhere, that's not good. So a very low protein diet, but protein supplements to give them their protein. But then you can't even have things like a slice of bread, because that's 4 or 5 grams of protein, or pasta, so they need to have low protein bread, low protein pasta, low protein cake, low protein biscuits, to get their energy in and provide variety in the diet as well. So I normally always bring a packed lunch with me to save money, and I'm making it for the girls, but I've treated myself today. But don't tell anyone, okay? So it's the end of the day. You can see it's dark outside. So what have I done today? Well, I've mainly sat at my desk, emails, taking phone calls. I've had some phenylalanine results that I've reported back to patients. We have had an interesting case where a man with PKU has been admitted to ITU with COVID, and working out what we should feed him. Should it be a low phenylalanine diet? Should it be a normal diet? I've had queries from people about if they should be shielding, so giving advice whether they should or not. So it is the end of the day. It's time to go home. It's the last day I will be in the office for 2020. We're hoping that 2021 will be slightly better than this one.